Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect. Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Harrison on a Rug and Tell list. We'll see what that green splash is for. I suspect sideboard cards, but he may have some goodness as well. Maya on Reanimator, faster of the two decks. And she leads out with a Cabal Therapy, prompting Harrison to consider cracking a fetch land, but she's actually targeting herself. She's going to go ahead and put that Gristlebrand into the graveyard. And she does have a turn 2 Exhume available to her. Looks like Lotus Petal, Exhume. And actually not getting down that Lotus Petal right away. Doesn't really matter too much. Trying to think if there's anything. It'd be like if he draws a Flusterstorm and she draws a Dark Ritual, then it could matter. Not a whole lot of difference. No, she'd have to draw like a Dark Ritual and a land. That's not actually possible. So here we go. We got Exhume. Harrison expended his turn digging with Brainstorm and Ponder. That gets a Gristlebrand and a concession. Harrison's seen this dance enough. He is not going to tip any more information than is necessary. So I suppose all Maya saw there was Ponder, Brainstorm, and that's it, right? Yeah, no, there's really not that much to go off of. She's not going to know precisely what he's on. So Harrison preserving a little bit of mystery going into game number 2, hoping perhaps there'll be some type of not ideal sideboard strategy. Could be a little out of focus, so to speak. This new printing of Throne of Eldraine just came out this past weekend, so these games are all prior to the set's release. There's going to be some spicy new cards to impact the metagame. We will save that for another time. Right now we are focused on this matchup, a Rug and Tell. I suspect Veil of Summer probably one of the prime cards here for Harrison out of the sideboard. If you're splashing green in a deck like Show and Tell, that card just does so much work, effectively stopping discard, drawing a card, and also protecting your stuff for the rest of the turn, which is pretty graphic. I mean, they can go ahead and try and duress you. You can Veil of Summer and then jam Brainstorms or Intuition in the end step, really whatever you want. Harrison sees a Force of Will, and that is about it. So perhaps able to contain Maya for a little bit with that hand, but not interested in just slowing her down. Going to need to also find a path toward victory on the other side of the board. It's really not enough with a deck like Reanimator to try and stranglehold them. This is a race, and if you are trying to tackle your opponent, you're not really moving towards the finish line. Then it kind of becomes a question of who can get up first and kind of trudge in that direction. So keeping a hand with just a ton of counters versus Reanimator, if it doesn't have any pressure, potentially just going to find you in a situation where they draw, discard, and then eventually manage to get that creature into the graveyard and just keep throwing Reanimate effects until they finally stick. Faithless Looting can be flashed back. That can be a difficult thing to stop, and once there's a creature in the graveyard, there are so many just game-ending spells. Reanimate, Exhume, Animate Dead. All of them pretty much just wrap it all up. So here Mulligan decisions have been completed. We've got a fetch land for Harrison, cracking Flooded Strand, getting a tropical island. Into Preordain, we see Ponder and not sure what that other card was. Looked like Thirst for Knowledge. We will get to find out. A Lotus Petal as well for Harrison. Badlands and a go from Reanimator. A very slow start. Perhaps we'll see a end step Entomb. Ponder now for Harrison. And actually going to respond to the Ponder once he's tapped off of that tropical island. If he does have a card like Spell Pierce, he would at least have to sacrifice the Lotus Petal to enable it. And Entomb, that might be Iona. I'm not actually sure what that is. Looks like it's got a foil stamp. I'm not positive what that card is. It could possibly be a reprinting of Iona. We'll see how this plays out. Harrison pondering with some intensity here, really thinking it through, makes his decision, keeps the 3, draws the 1, and now a Reanimate, and that prompts a Force of Will, pitching Omniscience. Swing number 1 at reanimating a creature. Harrison here stuck on mana. Throws another Ponder at it. And he is going to need to assemble at least 3 mana for his combo. There's another Omniscience in the top. Oh, it's got to be a Show and Tell. That Thirst for Knowledge card must be the reprinting of Show and Tell, I'm pretty sure, from... what was it? Conspiracy 2. Another Reanimate. Cracking Lotus Petal. Brainstorming. And that gets a concession. I have to imagine that means that that is Iona. And naming blue leaves Harrison reaching for the rest of his deck to perhaps go have a snack before the next round. He has got plenty of time on his hands here, as this was a fast one here as Maya moves on to the finals. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.